Hey everybody, Steve G here for Chef Knives to Go with another quick look product review. And this time we are showing you the Kohetsu HAP40 Gyuto 180mm knife. So this knife has, the core steel is known as HAP40. It's a semi-stainless steel. The characteristic of this steel is that it's very hard and it has excellent, kind of phenomenal edge retention. So it's heat treated to 65 Rockwell. It's very, very hard, so it's going to take a little more work to sharpen this, but it's really not that bad to sharpen if you've got good quality, kind of aggressive sharpening stones. It'll take a really good edge to it, and it has extremely high edge retention, so that's one of the great benefits of this. Professionals tend to like this steel because they can do a lot of prep without having to touch the blade up really often. And at home, as long as you take care of that edge, because the harder it is, it can be a little more brittle, so you got to be a little more careful with your technique. But if you're easy on the edge and gentle on the technique, this edge will last a long time, and you probably won't have to really touch it up very often. So that's one of the benefits of it. What they do is they put a soft stainless cladding on either side of that core cutting edge steel, and the cladding sometimes can stain a little bit as well, so some people consider that almost similar to the core steel in terms of being semi-stainless. But if the cladding stains a little bit, don't worry about it. It's just kind of sometimes this cladding tends to do that, but no big deal. If you don't like it, you can always clean it off in traditional manners. The handle on these is a gray and black Pack-A-Wood octagonal handle. Pack-A-Wood is a stabilized wood product. The handle is a little bit longer, and it's a little bit bigger circumference, so it's a little bit heavier. That balance point's going to come back quite a bit to just about where the tang meets the ferrule on that handle. So that's about where your balance point is. So on a pinch grip, it's going to be a little handle heavy. In terms of weight and dimensions, oh, by the way, the fit and finish on the handle is really good. So it's really smooth. You got some nice chamfering on the back and on the front. It's sealed up really well right where that goes into the blade. So nice job there. So really nice fit and finish on that handle. In terms of weight and dimensions, this one is 146 grams or 5.1 ounces, and the edge length's right at 180 or 7.1 inches, 180 millimeters. The overall length's about 328 millimeters or 12.9 inches. And then these are fairly thin but pretty stiff blades. Got about 12.3 millimeters, not 12, 2.3 millimeters thick at the back on the heel here. And then I got about 2.1 millimeters thick halfway down. And then not a lot of taper. It pretty much retains that thickness. But as it starts getting ground down towards the edge, there's not a real distinctive mark here between where it starts getting thin over the edge. It just kind of tapers down gradually in a convex manner towards the edge. But these do thin up pretty nicely towards the tip. That's pretty thin. That should flow through product nicely. And then here is the choil shot. So nice and thin at the edge. So this should perform really well through items. Height, not particularly tall, about 43 millimeters tall at the back, but there's still pretty good room there for your fingers on a pinch grip. In terms of fit and finish, they did a nice job on it. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10 on my scale. So here's our beauty shot. On the right side of the blade, they have etched, kind of embossed etched kanji there. And it's hard to see it, but there is a cladding line there. And then they got a little bit of polish here on the right side where they kind of thin it out towards the edge. And then here's the left side of the blade. Again, the cladding lines are hard to show on these, but you can kind of see the cladding right in there. Trying not to cut my fingers here. So there's your cladding line. They've polished the spine a little bit. They haven't really rounded the corners of the spine, but it's not sharp. The edge on the choil to the neck, they've rounded that or touched it off just a little bit, so it's not sharp either. Again, 7 out of 10 on my scale, nice and sharp out of the box. Let's look at the cutting board profile here. Here we go. So this particular one has a nice gentle kind of curve into the back. It has a touch of back belly, but it kind of curves into a flattish area back here, maybe the 25-30% of the blade. And then just kind of a gentle belly throughout. I can get up in here for the tip once it starts digging in, so this will rock nicely. over medium to small stuff. Tip draws you can do, push-pull cuts, glide cuts, a little bit of chopping towards the back. So I'd say a pretty versatile profile for a Gyuto here. And so this is just a nice package. If you want really high edge retention, nice fit and finish, this is a great choice for you. This is the Kohetsu HAP40 Gyuto 180mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.